I'd like to present Detective Janet Bouchard of the Hooksett Police Department. We welcome her to discuss legal issues. Thank you.
Coming from the police department side of it, we don't have an opinion on either side of the subject. We're neutral on it. Just a few things that may arise, just to inform you of possible scenarios. As you're all aware, last few years we've had a few issues with sexting, as everybody calls it. We're lucky we haven't had a lot of issues in Hooksett, but we have had, even one is more than we like to have. So those issues, the ones we've had, have originated out of the school, not in school. They've originated at home, from homes. But unfortunately, with kids coming to school, they get brought into the school. Those images spread extremely quickly from one person to the other, to the other, to the other. And unfortunately, by the time a teacher or a parent gets a hold of it, it's pretty much gone too far, and we kind of backtrack and try to do damage control at that point. And one of the concerns with all the devices coming in the school is, are those going to originate from the school opposed to at home, and they're going to, could possibly spread a lot faster. Now I'm aware in the schools if a child has his or her phone out, they're not supposed to, so they're caught pretty quickly by the teacher or someone in the school and told to put it away. With this program, obviously they're going to have their devices out. It's going to be common to see the devices out. So it's really going to be up to the teachers and the school administration to monitor and, so to say, police these issues. Each of these cases is handled on a base-by-base. There's no cut-and-dry law for sexting. A lot of it falls under the child pornography statute in New Hampshire, where it's illegal to manufacture, possess, distribute sexual images of children for sexually explicit conduct, which the part of the RSA that falls in with the sexually explicit conduct is they don't want people to get charged with, everybody has the picture of their baby with the naked bum standing in front of the tub. That statute isn't to cover that. That's not illegal. It is illegal for obviously sexually explicit photos of another student to get passed around. What we notice is one student asked another student, they think it's a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, and I promise not to pass it around, and you know how that goes. They're 12, 13 years old. They just don't realize the consequences of what they're going to face. We haven't charged any of the cases we had. We don't charge them criminally wise. It doesn't seem the criminal justice system for juveniles isn't made to punish the juveniles. It's made to rehabilitate them. So we try to be proactive and just give some education, and I know the school works on that too, education with how damaging these instances can be. That's one of the issues that we think legally wise that we would deal with the police department with this program, which we recommend to the school and parents is just vigilant monitoring, restrictions and consequences for the students if they're found violating any of the laws and policies. I'm hoping that the schools will have policies on what would happen. Obviously, if we get involved and we handle it from our point of view, but there has to be some kind of consequences and policies for the school also, if they get into the sexting issue. Another issue we could run into with this is the theft and security issue of these devices. These are very expensive devices, obviously, coming into the school. And who's going to monitor them? Are we going to get called here every day for a lost or stolen or misplaced iPod or iPad? Which that's our job. That's what we do. But I would recommend, from the detective point of view too, is some kind of registration, possibly that hopefully the school could come up with. I know other police departments and school districts, SROs do it, where each child registers their device with the serial number, some description of it. So if another student is found in the hallway, you can immediately look at the device. If they're found with one that's not theirs, then there's consequences. That's a way to really help us, because when these devices, there's some of the iTouches are so small that people report them stolen, they forget to write down the serial numbers, and then we find them in pawn shops or so forth, and there's no way to identify them. So I really hope that we could work together with the school, either me or one of the other detectives or our SRO, it would be a really simple spreadsheet, anything simple to fill out, and just register your device with your serial number. So if another student is found with one, it's easy to compare and know who's whose. One of the other questions, things possibly is we can run into is cyberbullying. Bullying, I know the schools have a really good handle on that anyway, so it'd kind of be the same thing. You know, the kids are being more access to these while they're at school, these devices being online, it's going to make bullying really easier. But again, I think that falls on the school side. They are going to have to monitor that. I was asked about the parent liability, and at some point, or most point, parents are responsible for these devices, for their children and what they're doing on these devices. You're responsible for your children's actions until they're 18, so if they're coming and taking part in any of these cyberbullying or the sexting issue, you're going to be responsible for their actions, for getting them, if they're charged with court proceedings or whatnot. If they're caught stealing another child's device, the parents are going to be responsible for all the court proceedings that child is. That's how the law states that even if there's fines or so forth, the parent is responsible. So I think, did anyone have any questions of anything I didn't cover? One more thing, I think it can be a great program but it's going to definitely need some monitoring and policing by the administrations and the school and parents. Thank you.